Hey guys, it's Mo. It's such a beautiful day. Let me take off this coat. It's like 60 degrees out, and I'm waiting for Matai, cause, like I said, we were going to the dance studio, and I can't record him right now, but I'll record him when I go back inside. So, you know, you have to make time for your kids. You gotta hone in their talents. See what their interest is. Okay. See what their interest is and hold on to it. Get them involved in the activities they need to bring up their skills another level. Like my first son, I knew he wanted to play basketball. He was interested in basketball, so I got him on basketball teams, and I actually found a great mentor for him who helped get him to the next level, and he actually played basketball himself, so he was able to give Jordan the tools and the right guidance of what he needed to do to build up his skills. And basically, he said when we first met, his son played basketball too. That's how we met. Jordan actually played against his son. He said that he could help Jordan get to college for free, and he really did, because what he did is he built on the skills of Jordan, showed him all the roundabouts, got him on the correct teams, the right teams, got him on teams where coaches wouldn't take advantage of him, because there are a lot of coaches out there. You got to be very careful what you sign up your children for. Make sure it's the correct type of person you want them to be around, the correct type of coaching you want them to be coached by, because there are some scoundrels that really don't care about your kids, and they care more about the money. Oh, my hair is, oh, look at this gray hair. Yeah, I'm rocking my gray today. And they don't care. All they care about is money. And we did come across a couple of people like that, but because of the experience that his mentor had, he was able to curb it like really quick. Also, just they can't do it without you to fulfill their dreams. So you just gotta take a step ahead to help them to get to where they want to be. And right now with Matai, I have more free time to do everything, but I still think I would still have the time, because when Jordan was younger, I was totally 100% taking care of him. He's got a deadbeat dad, and I worked 50 to 60 hours a week, but I always found that time to make sure that he was able to follow his dream. So every moment I spent, every free time I spent it with him. Oh, my eyes are starting to water. And that's what you got to do. I didn't spend time being at the salon, getting my nails done, getting my hair done, and being natural. I really didn't have to, because when Jordan was younger, I had dreads. I had transitioned to dreads for a few years, and then I decided to cut them, and here I am, and I'm still natural, but just not dreaded. And all those material things is not important. If you have a child that is interested in something and he shows interest, it keeps him off the streets and everything, because the world today, the kids, there's so many lost children, lost-minded children, because they don't have the parents there for them to redirect them into enjoying things they like to do, instead of running in the street and getting into trouble. So there's really no excuses to not be there for your child, because like I said, I was a single mother. I have friends who are single mothers, and they did over and beyond to be there for the child, even though they worked many hours. The father was not there, and we basically, I think this is why we're all best friends, because we're all alike. We all have the determination and the priority to sacrifice for our children, and that's what you need to do for your children. You gotta be there for your children so they can build up their self-esteem and their confidence and everything that they need to get through, you know, the real world. You need to be their number one fan, their best friend, their everything. And you know, people say, "Oh, I'm not gonna be best friends with my kids so they can disrespect." They don't disrespect you. If you've taught your child to be respectful, they will not be disrespectful to you. My best friend is my oldest son. I love him to death. I'll do anything for him. He'll do anything for me. I mean, he's old enough to take care of himself now, but he's always looking out for me as much as he can as well. That's the benefits of like being there. That's the benefits of being their right hand. That's the benefits of raising your children right, because if you raise them right, they'll treat you right. You can be best friends with your child. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, to an extent. I mean, I'm not going to be walking around smoking weed with them and hanging out with their boys and drinking with them. I've never done any of that. We just have fun together. And it doesn't mean I have to come down to his level to be his best friend. You set boundaries. They know their boundaries, and that's that. You're the first person they will tell for anything, about anything, because you're the first person they will trust. You have to build that trust. You can't be putting your child down all the time or being judgmental without knowing the full story or anything like that. I've never been like that. I've always raised him to be open-minded, and whatever he feels, to express it in words and not to hold anything in, because there's just so much out here for these kids to get caught up in and take them down the wrong road. And by doing this, I always knew where my son was. He was either at a game or he was at practice. Most of his friends had the same interests as him because they were basketball players as well. He built a lot of friendships that they're friends now, because you know, they play each other, they play on the same team, they play on opposite teams, they go to college, they end up playing with each other, and then they just build a relationship just by playing ball. And they're positive, and these are the type of kids that have a look in the future. So when you have your child involved in something they're interested in, then they're going to be, what's that word? They're going to be involved with people who have the same interests as him, and they're not thinking about running the streets. You're thinking about the future of how to be better. And that's where you come in. You have to be there, and you guide them, you lead them, and you help them get to where it is they want to be. And by doing that, you build a really tight relationship. My son Jordan is something else, and I'm building that relationship with Matai as well. So be there. Don't use the excuses, you work too much, you work too much, you work too much. There is time for everything, especially when it has to do for your child. You only got your one child, your two childs. You don't want to work so hard that you don't spend any time with them. You don't know anything about them. You don't know what they like. You don't know what kind of friends they have, and blah blah blah. Like, I knew every single friend basically of Jordan's, because when he made a friend and he wanted to go to their house, I'd be like, well, I want to see the parents. I want to talk to the parents first. I mean, there's parents out there, they just let their kids go to Tom, Dick, and Harry's house, and these days you can't do that. So I always met their friends' parents, and got a feel for their personality, and got a feel for their friends and what type of friends they were. So being there helped a lot. And that is all I'm doing. And that's what I'm doing with Matai right now. Matai's a dance. And I build my life around him. Because I ain't going to be in this world that long. Too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a whole life to do many things. And I want them to have good memories of their mom when I pass. I know I keep bringing that up. That's weird. Anyway, so let me go. This sun is in my eye. And I think this video is long enough, and I wasn't planning on talking this long. Okay, everybody, be blessed. And of course, as always, smooches. Take care, everybody. Love ya.